Well, hello friends. Today we are going to work on a new widget, and it's going to be a combo box. And let me see if I have an example of a combo box here somewhere. So it's one of, well, that's not very good example. Come on, Q Creator, hit me with a combo box. So this here's sort of a combo box. It's a text input that also has a like a button that opens up. This thing, like a little window here where you can select from a bunch of existing options. And Serenity doesn't have anything like that, so we're going to have to make it. So the building blocks that we do have are, we had a text box, and we have a button for the down arrow, and we have the ability to create new windows, and we have a list view widget. So I think we're going to have to combine all of these things to make this. So let's start with just defining or like creating the class file. So we'll call it gcombobox. Okay, and then refresh. Sorry. So actually, let me show you one of the existing widgets. I think we can base this off of the, or at least we can start with the spin box. Because if you look in the font editor, you see this thing here. This is a text box, but it has a button inside it. And this is kind of sort of the same basic layout that we want, except we would just want one button, but we can use this icon here. So I think we're gonna start by copy pasting the spin box, and then we'll build from that. Okay, so let's say gspin, gcombo. Right, and of course we're not going to have range or anything like that. It's not going to be a value. There's only going to be one button. I guess we can call it the open button. But other than that, I think we're pretty good. Okay, and then we'll do the same thing for the CPP file. Oh, and before I forget, let me add it to the libgui make file. gcombo box. Okay. Jeez. Oh, it was already there. Okay. And we're only going to have one button, and it's called the open button. Don't these things have keybinds? Whatever. So on change, I think maybe we're not going to do anything here. At least not to begin with. Maybe we can do this on change editor editor.text, and we can have a yeah. So we already have this thing. So when the editor changes, we can just send our own change thingy. So that will be a thing like that. Okay. And I think we're going to use the down arrow. And this is going to be doing something very different. So we'll say open. Maybe we'll call it just open. Auto and void open. So open is going to be where we open up the little window with available options. And then this we can just get rid of. But for the resize event, this is where we need to move the open button. So we're not using a layout for this, but we're doing the manual, we're moving everything manually instead. So let's see, button height. Well, it can really just be the event height minus the frame thickness. Width minus button width, blah, 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 blah. Yeah, I think that's good. Okay, and I guess we should have somewhere to test this. So let's just go in the Hello World app and add a combo box. We'll call it combo. Combo box. We can make it look good, so we'll just say that it has a horizontal and fixed vertical size policy, and then we set the preferred size to 20 tall. I think that's good. And of course, with the combo box, the interesting thing is, what do we show in the window that pops up? So I guess we should have like, how should this work? Should it just be like, let's just use a model, and we can do something like set model, test model, or and we're gonna have to make a model here, so let's see, let's test model, and let's just copy paste, because otherwise I won't remember which ones I need. I think those are the ones I need. Okay, so let's see. Row count is going to be, say 5. Why not 3? Column count, 1. Row name, oh, we don't need that. I think maybe I don't need that either, but I need this one. Oops. So update can just be empty. Model. And let's see here. Index. Okay, so if role is role display, switch index row. Let's just return some. Oops, oopsie. And this is just to see that we are working out right. So we're not reached. Okay, and then here we'll just return gmodel data index role. Yeah. Now we need a way to set a model on this thing, so oh, hold on, I never instantiated that guy. Dot new test model. Okay, and we'll say I guess we'll have a list view internally here, so or a list widget, list view, that's what it's called. Oops, oops, oops. What am I trying to press? Back, okay. List view. And when we get the model, then we'll just forward it to the list view. That's what we're going to do. So we'll do set model. I guess it's a non-null ref footer of a G model. I renamed my pointers yesterday, so this is what was formerly retained. It's now called non-null ref footer. It's a non-null reference counting pointer, and the regular one, formerly retained footer, is just called ref footer. By the way, I should probably mention that in case you've been following the series and you haven't seen this pointer type before. Okay, so we'll just do. I mean, we can just do like that. I'm still trying to figure out like what's the best, safest, most idiot-proof way to do these, because I want to prevent myself from making pointer-related bugs as much as possible, because they're not fun to hunt down. And I think that this should be possible to design around most of them. So this is my latest step in that direction, making the name super obvious. Okay, so let's try this. G combo box, set model, and M list view, set model. And you don't like me because, well, whatever. Oh, wait, hold on, maybe we can just move it. Yeah. Okay, so now we're gonna have to create that view widget as well. But an interesting thing here is gonna be that we create a separate window. So list window. Yeah, so let's see. List window is new G window. I don't think I've ever done this before, where I have a widget that creates its own little window. So this will be interesting. Does it take anything? No. Okay. But I guess this object should really be the parent of this window, so we should do that. Make sure that the window gets torn down when the combo box gets torn down. Okay, and then we'll say set window type. I don't really have the right window type for this yet, so we'll just go with normal. That's going to give it like a title bar and stuff, so we'll have to get rid of that. But we'll start with using a normal window, and then if we don't run out of time or something, then we can maybe do something about that, or we'll leave it for a separate video. But let's just make progress. Okay, set rect, or we'll do that in open actually, and then let's see. List view is new G list view. You don't have a parent because you're going to be the main widget of the new window. G list view. Window set main widget and list view. Okay. Right, and then let's do open. So what's open going to do? Let's make this a little bigger because it's probably a bit difficult to see actually. Maybe not that big, but okay. And list window, set rect. And I guess, let's say my screen rect is screen relative rect. So the rect will be at the bottom left, starting at the bottom left of the combo box. And the size of it should be I don't know, 300 by 300. We'll just start with something and we'll figure it out. We'll figure out what it's supposed to be. Okay, and then we'll say mlist window show. Right. Demos, hello world. Okay, let's just make a command line for building this thing, and then we'll see how it works out. And sudo sync and run. Okay. What went wrong? On line 63. Too many parens. Okay. Oh shit, am I trying to call a virtual function or pure virtual? Yeah, I'm trying to call this. Oh, that's silly. Why are you even compiling that? Okay, so test. Oh no, main. I was right there. Don't call the parent because that's pure virtual. Just do that. Okay. Okay, well, here's our combo box. Oh shit, well, we already crashed in here. Crashing, why? Because, oh, right. Because there's no on change. Callback. Okay, hello, click, and look at that. So the title bar here is a little bit distracting. So these are our 3 entries, 4, but they all say true for some reason. I don't know why that is. So why is that? Gee, let's look what the list view does. So this is a class that I built a few videos ago. I guess quite a while ago now, a few weeks. Don't remember exactly. But what the hell are you painting? So in the paint event, then for every what's the data to string, model data for the index, and model data defaults to asking for the display role. Well, that's very strange. Well, we can say that they have 4, but why do they all say true? This is so weird, right? How does this work in something like process model? True. So I bet you that this is some constructor overload thing that the G variant is choosing this constructor because we're passing it a string literal. That's so silly. But alright, whatever. We'll just we can just do this, and then we'll just do this, and we'll pass control to string cstring. Aha. It's interesting that I didn't run into that problem before. Yeah, there we go. Okay, and then I guess when I pick one of these, how does it usually work? So like, let me actually try this one here. So if I pick one, plop, then it dismisses the thingy. Okay, so we just click any of them and we dismiss the combo box and update the, and not dismiss the combo box, but we close that window. So let's see, do we have any callbacks here? I guess function on activation. Well, what we really want is like on selection. So I guess we can do that. We have to update selection. So we can say if model and on selection and oh, there's a bird outside. I've been feeding this bird who's been coming to my window for a while, just because, I don't know why, I just started doing it because he looked friendly, and now he got kind of used to it. So he's here waiting for me to give him some bread or something. But you're gonna have to wait, bro, because I'm making a video here. So okay, on selection. And let's say model selected index is valid. Then we can do on selection selected index, and let's see. We got to make use of that. So let's go in the combo box and we'll say list view on selection this. See, let me just do this so that I get auto completion here. And if well, we're not gonna. Let's just assert that there is a model, because otherwise things are going to get really weird. Model.datum for the index, and the display role is fine. Let's see, to string new value, and then mEditor.set text new value, and list window hide. Will this work? Why don't you like me? Because this is a const gmodel index. Oops. Okay, 2. These accessibility labels are popping up a little bit annoyingly sometimes. Should do something about that. Also, this doesn't look exactly right here. The button's a little too big. That's silly. But let me just take because this is what I normally do. So let me do this. Normally take a screenshot. Oops. And Where are you, GIMP? And what is it, Control-Shift-V? Yeah. And then we can look here, see we are bleeding 2 pixels into the frame. So that's because for the button height, we need to subtract twice the frame thickness. So let's just make sure it looks right. It's very important. See, that's better. Okay. That focus frame is a little bit ugly, actually. Maybe this thing shouldn't be focusable. I guess, who says that these are focusable? Oh, this thing should be marked over, right? Accepts focus and return true. So buttons are always focusable. Well, should they be? I mean, I guess it's a nice thing if they are, but this one shouldn't be, so we'll say focusable true. Unfocusable. Okay, now we have a way to control that. So we'll control it. Set focusable false. Yeah, it looks better. And then maybe the absolute best way to do that would be that if you click on this thing, we got a segmentation violation. Why is that? Well, my helpful crash messages. Recently freed memory in Windows setrect. Oh, probably because when you hide a window, does that destroy the window? That's interesting. It does destroy the window. And then you try to call setrect on it, and if no window ID, wait, what? Where are we in that function, though? Okay, let's just look at that quickly. Or where was I? Hello world. So we are after the call to post message to server in setrect. So back bitmap. Wait, so we did a hide and then back bitmap is recently freed? Wait, what exactly happens when we call hide? We set these to null. Windows remove. That's very strange. I thought that we were using hide. somewhere. For tooltip windows, we hide them. Because we're not doing a close, that would be different. Because close actually deletes the window, but hide shouldn't do that. We should just call show again, and it should everything should be fine. That's weird. Okay, so let's just play around with it a little bit, because I feel like something here was not going the way it was supposed to. Yeah, so like hide clearly works here, but what was the thing I was doing when it was not working? So oh, it's after I closed the window with by actually closing it. I see, because if I close it with the X button, then it gets destroyed. So, yeah, right. Sorry. So we have to do something about that. I'm thinking, should we have a flag that's like automatically destroy the window on close? Or should we have... I think we'll have that. So we'll do that, and this will be default true. Destroy on close. Destroy on close. Booba. Okay, and then true. Okay. And then in the G combo box, when we make the window, we'll say, don't destroy me on close, bro. False. Okay, now that window will stick around. And actually, maybe we can piggyback on the tooltip window type here. It's a little bit ugly, but just to get a better feel for what this is going to look like. Because from the Windows server's perspective, a tooltip is just like a frameless or title barless window that sits above other windows. Well, that's pretty cool. Well, clicking it again should probably hide it. So let's see. If m list window, I'm gonna call this visible. And list window hide, else open. Maybe we should call this close, actually. G combo box close. And list window hide. This is obviously not a tooltip, but it's the closest thing to what we want at the moment. Okay, so that doesn't work. Select one, right, select two. But why can I not click this again to kill it? Let's find out. So endless window is visible. Well, that explains that. Okay, seems like I have not implemented this. So how do we determine if a window is visible? Yes, if we have a window, then it is technically visible. Because what we do in hide is that we destroy the window and clear the window ID. So really it's just about whether or not we have a window ID. So we can just do that. Wonder if these should be like when you're hovering over these, then it would like auto select, but you have to click on it to activate. But that's like I don't know. That's not for this video. We're not gonna do this fancy behavior like that. But the general concept here is pretty good, I think. So is there something that I don't like about this? Maybe it should be exactly the width of the combo box, because it does look weird that it's like bigger than the combo box. So let's see. Or is that weird actually? What does this guy do? Oh, he's bigger. I'm just gonna see what it looks like if we make it the same size. Well, if we make it the same size, it's gonna be strange. But I'm still gonna try it just to see what it looks like. So that would be here in open. We'll just say that the width is, I guess, just my width. Well, okay, so maybe what it should be is that it should be the maybe it should be the minimum of the widest item, or the width of this element. So let's see, let's go here and add some really long thing. So we'll just do this, and then we'll say size is going to be minimum of my width, and longest item width. And the height is going to be list view model row count times list view font glyph height, I guess. Wait, is there some item height function here that I can query? There is item height. Oh, yeah, well, we'll call that. Even though it's hard-coded, it'll still be better than what we had. Why can't I do that? Oh, that's in the font. Oh, of course. So, we'll do it like that. Okay, now we just need to compute the longest item width. So, freaking allergies. Okay. So the longest item width. And then we'll iterate over all of the items. Because we can't open if we don't have a model. But maybe we should just refuse to open, actually. row count. And then we'll say data is data was fine. Mlist view model data model create index. No, that's not how you do that. Wait, why can't I? Oh, right, wrong function. That's what I wanted, index. Okay, so we'll do this. Auto index is mlist view auto index for the row, and the column. Column doesn't even matter actually, because it's single column. Okay, this is what we're gonna do. I haven't been programming with my model view stuff for a while, as you can see. Okay. And then longest item width. We should say toString. Mlist view font with data. I call it item text. Oof. Okay. So did we get it? Can't help but feel like we did not get it. Oh, because I'm not passing the size. Well, this doesn't take into account the width used by the vertical scroll bar, actually. Should be the maximum of these, not the minimum. Okay, there we go. And this guy, just because we need scroll bar width here as well. So longest item width. So we'll say that longest item width plus mlist view. Can we do that with occupy the vertical scroll bar? That's private, but I think that's very, very useful. So I'm actually gonna promote these to be public members because they're useful for stuff like this. Maybe we can turn off the horizontal scroll bar as well. That would look better. Let's just see that we get the calculations right. Oh, we still have the frame. So we gotta add a frame to the longest item width. So it's frame mlist view frame thickness times 2. Okay, and then let's try to get rid of the horizontal scroll bar. Mlist view set scroll bars enabled. Oh, wait, I can't turn them off individually. Horizontal scroll bar set. I think I can maybe I can just do that, but I have to include a non-pointer type. Because that would be cool if I could just hide it like this. Look at that. And then we just need to add the frame to the height as well. So the size is this height. Oops. This is really got a bit big here. We can fit it on the screen. plus m list view frame thickness times 2. Very cool. Okay, I think that's pretty good. There's a little bit of padding, yeah. I was thinking that, like, I'm getting like really into the pixel details here, but you know, we should try to do this right. So notice that the last X disappears under the scroll bar, and I think that's because of the this tiny amount of horizontal padding that's in every row of the list box or the list view. So I think we have to account for that as well. So horizontal padding. There we go. Look at that. Cool. Maybe after you click one, it should do that thing where it selects the whole thing. I wonder if we can do that with the current API. I think maybe we don't have the selection thingy for that. Maybe we don't have the gtext select do's, because what I want to do is like select all. Because that would be kind of nice. But there isn't any way to do that right now. But what do you do if I do key Control A? I mean, this is effectively select all. So I'm going to be a little bit brazen here and just put that in a function. Select all. Okay. And we'll just make that an API. Aha. I think that'll be a nice touch. So you pick 2. Aha. You pick 3. See, that's very nice. That's the way I want it to be. Okay. I think maybe we actually have something good here. So let me add these to Git. You know, of course, this is going to need more work, but actually, let's see if we can do some of these separately. So before we create the combo box, let's go to the GUI, see what we had here. G window, CP, right? So we can do these little guys here separately. G window. Make destroy optional behavior. Also implement visible. Cool. Then what else do we have here? Oh, get status. G variant. That's kind of a very much a standalone change. So let's commit that. I'll say G variant. Character that takes a construct. This is the compiler from selecting the obviously undesired variant bool. which is clearly not what I want. Do G variant hello. Status G text editor. Just making the select all API. Oh man, I love when I can do like a bunch of separate commits like this without having to rip things apart. Select all API. Take the implementation of control A and expose it as an API for clients. G button is G button. Make it possible to turn off focusability. Disable focusability? It's a little bit weird sentence, but whatever. G-scrollable widget. Wow, there's so many of these. Just making those public, right? So git add G-scrollable widget. Make public the metrics. Make them metrics. Make this a size. Make public the metrics for make scroll bar. Make public sounds so weird. Make the scroll bar metrics public. Helpers. Wow. Okay, so what do we have left? G abstract view. So what did we do with that one? We were just adding the on selection thingy, so commit G abstract view, add on selection callback, or what do we call these? On selection callback. This callback is fired whenever the selection model selection is updated to a valid index. Note that it only fires when there is a model and when the index is valid. Okay, now we can add the G combo box. So let's actually look at it. Oh, well, that's not what I wanted to do. So the G combo box has a text editor. And when the editor changes, then we invoke onChange. I feel like there's a missing API in this guy. So maybe we should have a string text const string G combo box text const return m editor text. There we go. Right. Then we have the little open button, which is not focusable. It has the down arrow thingy on it. When you click it, it will either close or open the list window. And the list window is this little tilted window, but there's a fix me about that, which should not be destroyed when you close it. Although I guess now you can't really close it, but we'll leave that in because it's still good. It's still the behavior that we want. And then we have a list view in there, and the list view has no horizontal scroll bar. And when you select something in the list view, G combo box, just use auto for this actually. When you select something in the list view, we assert that it has a model, but yeah, I mean, it should always be true. And then we grab the value from the model, we set the text to that value, and then we select all for that cool look, and then we hide the window. That's pretty good. And the destructor, we do nothing because we've set up our object graph here in such a way that everything will be automatically torn down. Because all of these widgets are children of the combo box, and even the window is a child of the combo box, so that should all be torn down automatically. And then when the combo box is resized, then we move the sub-widgets around, so we move the editor. I mean, with the editor, we're just like resizing it to fit the whole thing. And then with the open button, we are placing it just in the right place on the right-hand side. And then when you call set model on a combo box, we just forward that model to the list view. This makes me think that maybe we should have a convenient model option. We can have something like this. And list view. List view model. I mean, actually, we'll always have the list view because it's created in the constructor. So do that. That's fine. Where did we do this? So here we can do, write like this instead. It would be slightly nicer. I don't have to actually ask the list view for the model all the time. Add. Okay. And then let's also look at the, I mean, was there anything else to look at? I guess when you open the combo box, we should look at that. So we get our current screen rect, and then we compute how long or how wide is the widest item or the longest item. And then we add to that a bunch of stuff to give us the actual width that we should use. And we set the list window rect to that and show it. So this is all straightforward. And here's the public API of G combo box. I don't like that one, so we should make that explicit. Okay. Other than that, I think this API is pretty sane. Thinking like, should this be final? But I'm just not going to make anything final because you never know. I might want to subclass this in the future for some reason. I can do that though. Flip. I think that's good. So, oops. Commit. Agree. Add a new G combo box widget. Widget combines a G text editor, a G button, and G window, a G window, and a G list view to implement a nice drop down list. Cool. Currently using the G window type tool to is that what it was called? Tool tip. Type, but do you want to type tooltip type? But because that's the closest, the most appropriate, most appropriately behaving window type available at the moment. This should definitely be fixed though. Cool. I think we're gonna push that. And we're gonna look at it one more time. La la la. Hold on, I want to use the thingy. Very nice. Okay. Actually, there's one more thing I want to check in Hello World in this app here, because we did this just to force it to do the width computation. But like, what if it fits perfectly fine? Then it does that. It's a little bit wider than it needs to be, actually. Hold on. That's not what I want it to be like. So let's see. Is that rect? G combo box. Max of width. Oh, I guess I want to yeah, do that instead. But I don't want to add all that padding if I'm just using the widget width. Yeah, that's the way it should be. Okay, very cool. So let's say library G combo box. G combo box. Don't add any padding when don't list window bigger than the widget unless needed. I guess wider than the widget unless needed. Yeah. Cool. Okay. So I think I'm pretty happy with this. So if you made it this far, then I thank you for watching and for hanging out with me while I make a combo box widget today. And it's turned out pretty okay, I think. So thanks for hanging out. See you next time.